east south for 4 miles.
Today, and thankful to have you with me watching this video. Whoever you are, wherever you are in the world, thank you for being here. I'm going to talk a little bit today about my morning routine ritual. It's good to have rituals in life. The more we have, rituals that we stick to, and rhythm and routine, and direction, we have stability. So, and then therefore better health. So part of living on the road, it's very hard sometimes to have rituals that you can stick to because, well, it's so much variety, and uncertainty. It's kind of lifestyle. So I do my best to try to keep a routine and ritual. So that way, to the best of my ability, I have stability. And I just make the most of the situation when I don't. So, I like stability. It's a very important part of my life, and it has been all my life. So I like to be able to find ways to keep that being, a part of my life. So, I can enjoy good health and happiness for a long time, many years to come, forever, however long I end up living in this kind of lifestyle, or, type of home, if you want to call it that. So, anyway, living in my SUV, and it's a 4Runner. So, and this is an older one from 1998. It's a very good year for a 4Runner. They last forever. And I have 462,000 miles on my car today. So, it's a good day. I'm here. You can hear my car it runs amazing. So, I'm so blessed and thankful for that blessing in my life. One ritual that I have while living in this beautiful car of mine is, to start my day off with things that I'm grateful for. So to think about, grateful for God within me, God outside of me, God all around me, above me, below me, within me. There's no spot where God is not. To the right of me, to the left of me. And that means gratitude also. Above me, below me, before me, behind me, to the left of me, to the right of me, all around me, whatever. There's no spot where God is not. And that means where God is, I am, because God is the I am, and all is well. So, the light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. That's a unity prayer. And I'm not sure if anybody watching this goes to Unity Church or has Unity Consciousness, but if you do, you probably love that prayer that they say. Okay, so it's good to start the day off with affirming things that you love, positive affirmations to support you in getting your mind straight on where you want to be thinking all day. In addition to that, I'm a big fan of getting into my heart and feeling gratitude, not just saying the things that I'm grateful for, not just saying the words or thinking them, but feeling that gratitude and allowing the feeling to come forth, inviting it in, because if you don't do that, you'll have just, it'll be not so much fun for you, not as powerful as it could be if you're actually feeling it while you're saying the words. So find something you're really grateful for, that you really mean it about, and let your body get into that feeling, the knowing of, the remembrance of, the feeling of gratitude. One way to do that is to remember who you are and the truth about you. And so if there's something in your life that's been holding you back from being able to do that, from being able to be happy with yourself, then, you know, we want to just say thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for growing personally and taking time to come forth with the truth about you, and the integrity in you will assist you in rising up to the point where you can feel gratitude again, if that's your intention. So all you have to do is be willing to feel the feeling of gratitude in you. If you're having a hard time doing that and you don't know how, just be willing. The universe will take care of the rest and make the way possible. You don't have to know how, and I don't have to explain how. All you need to know is that you need to be willing, and God will do the rest. Or your higher power, whoever, maybe you, another part of you, will do the rest if you don't believe in God. So, if you have faith, if you have trust in something bigger than you, in something wiser than you, then you would have the ability to do this just through your willingness. Okay, so willingness is a very powerful thing. Alright, so now that you know that, once you're in the feeling of gratitude, remember to give thanks for the sun in the sky. Every day, wake up and give thanks for the sun being something that you can feel grateful for, because it's there every single day. It's always shining those beautiful rainbow rays of light down upon our earth, growing our food. It's sustaining us as unique individual extensions of the one true God. It's empowering us to feel happy, because without the light of the sun, we probably wouldn't be very happy. We need that sunshine. That's the color of happiness. So the yellow golden light. All right, so now think of things that you feel happy about too. The sun, thank you for reminding me to choose happiness today. Just by being you, you're reminding me it's okay to be happy. I want to feel good. I choose to feel good. I choose to be happy today. And shine my light like the sun. So now that you have, something to be thankful for, something to be grateful for, and those are two different things. Gratitude and thankfulness are two different things. They're similar, but they're different. And if you're not happy and you don't know how to be happy because of your situation you're in, again, look to your willingness to be happy. Even though I'm not happy today, you're being honest with yourself, so that's very important about how you feel. You're not being fake happy or fake positive. That's detrimental to your health. And when you're honest about it and say, well, I don't really feel that happy right now, but I'm willing to be happy anyway. Or I'm willing to consider being happy anyway, even though I'm not, and I don't think I should be right now because blah, 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 blah. And people aren't supposed to feel happy when this is happening. That's, people, oftentimes they are stuck in unhappiness just because of what other people taught them they're supposed to feel happy about or not happy about. Okay, so, but you can feel happy all the time without medicine or drugs, just by your willingness. And just by your honesty and openness with yourself about how you really feel in any given moment. And then consciously choosing to feel happy anyway. It's that simple. And you don't have to figure out how or try to force yourself to be happy. It will come naturally. God will make the way. It always does. And because God's will is for us all, God wants all of us to be happy. I believe that. As a parent, of children.
In a quarter mile,
Most
turn right at
parents,
East Palestine Avenue.
Their one wish for their children is for their child to be happy and to be healthy. So I really believe that's what God wants for us too. For us to be happy and healthy, but also to be whole and complete within ourselves, to really know who we are, and to be strong in our worthiness, in our self-confidence, our self-esteem, to be strong in those areas.
At the light, turn right, then turn left.
And God knows how. God's a good parent and knows how. Okay, that's my belief. Now, not a lot of other people may believe that way about God, but that's mine. So I appreciate that about me. I appreciate you for what you believe.
Take the next left, then your destination will be on the right.
Too much detail here, but I honor all, you and your walk in life as being perfect for you, and I respect that, and I honor my own also. So I ask that you do the same. I don't really care what you think about me doing this my way, because all paths lead to the one endpoint. So if we're on different paths right now, we might end up on the same path later, one way or another, maybe through our willingness, right? But if you're willing, so this brings me to another point. If you're willing to be happy, if you say, I'm willing to be grateful, or I'm willing to be happy anyway, even though I don't feel that way right now, I know in my heart what the truth is and what the way is already, because our heart, our soul, God within us knows the truth about what's best for us. And so if you are willing, and then you get like the feeling of, no, that's not right for me, or that's not going to work for me, trust your feeling that you get about it, because in your feeling, you know the truth. So then you don't, well, it's your guidance, it's your emotional guidance. And so in your feeling, if you feel a no, that's not going to work for me, then maybe it's okay to not be happy right now. Maybe you need to not be happy. You don't need to change that. It's not something that would benefit you or be mutually beneficial for you to do that. So being willing, in other words, being willing, it doesn't mean you have to be happy. It's not that you're trying to force yourself to be happy. It's not, a forceful kind of thing in any way. It's a gentle way of allowing your well-being with yourself and with God. So it's much more soothing and relaxing than saying, well, I have to be happy because so-and-so won't be happy if I'm not. Well, that's letting the other person control you. If you're choosing to be happy, if you're opening your heart to the possibility of what good might come if you become happy when you're not, and you want to be happy, and you can be happy, and you're willing to be happy anyway, even if that person isn't happy, you can still be happy anyway. And so if that's going, and you can choose that. So then you can say, well, I'm in charge of my life, not that other person outside of me, or not that thing over there that's not working right, and not that force beyond my control that I don't know what to do with. None of those things are in charge of your life. You are. So the more you become happy, more of the time through your willingness, the more you're going to understand the true value of healthy, conscious, and co-creative relationships, because that's what you're doing. That's what you're being when you do that. That's all that means. It's willingness to be happy even when you're not. And willingness to cooperate also with others, even when you don't want to. So, like children, they resist being happy. They're not happy sometimes because their parents ask them to do something. Well, sometimes God might ask you to do something, or your partner might might not, you know, be on the same page with you on this. But, you know, uh, anybody can ask you something in life, and you don't want to do it. But if you own how you feel about it, I'm not happy about what they're asking me to do right now. I don't want to do that. But I'm willing to be willing to anyway. Or I'm willing to at least consider it. Willing to be willing gets that resistance out of the way. It gets you to the clarity you need in your heart. So, willing to be willing to consider at least being happy anyway and cooperating. And or just being happy. And if you say yes to that, if you're willing to do that, and it's good, yes, let it go. Don't worry about it. You'll get happy even if you aren't then. And then if you say I'm willing to cooperate also, then you'll be a joyful participant in the joyful outcome, the beautiful outcome, because God knows that's what's needed. The sooner you let go of your anger about something, your judgments of things, and all anger or resistance to things comes from our judgments that we make about each other or ourselves or situations or things or forces. So if we take away our judgment and we're in acceptance of what is, that's what willingness does for us. It puts us in a state of acceptance of what is, of healthy acceptance of what is, and compassionate understanding need that the soul needs. The soul needs us to be happy as an ego, to be in alignment with its thinking. If it's happy about the situation, it has a way and a plan to create harmony. It knows it's possible. So, through happiness. So, yes, so you're just deliberately choosing to challenge the feeling of fear and whatever, negative emotion you have. You're challenging that which is fear-based and choosing love instead. Because love, the emotion associated with that is happiness. Okay, so happiness is our birthright. And so, anyway, you can do this for harmony too. Even though I'm not in harmony with the universe right now, and I don't really want to be, because I don't think the universe knows what it's doing. I don't trust it. I don't feel like it's going to work out for me if I do what it's asking me to do, because this seems backwards, or this seems really scary to me, or whatever you're thinking about it. Impossible or whatever. Go with the flow and say, well, I'm willing to do it anyway, even though I don't believe what it's asking me to do could work for me. I think I might get hurt if I follow what the universe is asking me to do, or I think it could get worse. Things could get worse if I do that. Or maybe, whoever you are and whatever you're thinking about that, whatever God's will is for you, or what the universe is asking you to do, just please be willing to cooperate anyway. Be willing to trust it. Be willing to cooperate. And in your willingness, it doesn't mean you have to. Again, remember, you're not saying, I'm definitely going to do this. You're saying, I'm willing to be willing to do it. And then once your heart opens up to the possibilities of good that might come from actually cooperating, it sees the bigger plan, it sees the bigger picture, and then it's like, oh, this is easy, this is fun, I can do this, and it will be a good thing for me. Or maybe it's going to take some effort on my part. It might take some getting used to, I might be scared at first, but I'm still willing to do it anyway because I know something beautiful is going to come from it if I do. I have faith that something beautiful will come from it if I do, because I remember back a long time ago, similar situation in my life. I did have the courage to take the initiative to do this thing, and it worked out for me. So I'm going to do it again because I have that faith. I have it built into me. So nobody can take that away from you. That's an experience you had, an expression of joy you had. Nobody can take that away from you. So you have that within you, and then you can look to the future with joy. You can relax about it, and you don't have to doubt or worry or go through life in a way that's scary. You can be, that's, negative or down, like, where you feel like I need a drug to help me get me out of bed in the morning or something. You can do it naturally through your willingness to cooperate, willingness to be happy anyway, willingness to, allow your well-being, willingness to, you know, be empathetic towards somebody. Who knows what God is asking you to do, right? So I'm going to just take it easy and make this a short video for today. It's been 20 minutes already, so I'm here at the gym now, and I started my day off with, quality time alone with myself in meditation. I like to do that every morning, and then, give thanks for the things I'm grateful for, and, express my appreciation for them, especially for the sun shining every day. It never asks for anything in return from us. And we all have that sunshine within us too. Same sun that's in the sky is also in here, inside of each one of us. It's in every cell of our body. So we're like beacons of light walking around on the earth, little suns. Okay, so give thanks for the sun shining within you too, and the beautiful rainbow of rays of light that come forth from the sun within you, just like the sun in the sky, that heal, that nurture, that let things grow, and in harmony with the universe. So there's a time when maybe the sun isn't shining on certain things inside of you, and that's okay. Maybe the sun isn't shining outside of you to others, because it is, it's always shining, but maybe you don't see it because your face is turned the other way. Okay, so, similar to the earth. She doesn't always see the sun shining on parts of her body because sometimes her body's turned the other way. So, that's why we have night and day. Well, maybe your face is turned the other way to be able to see the light in somebody else, or the good in them, in what they're doing. But just know that that's temporary. The good, the light, is going to come shining through at some point. It's going to come back, because it always does. It comes full circle. So we can choose to be happy now, or we can choose to be happy later. But if we wait until later, see, we don't get sad when the sun goes down. We know that's healthy for us. So, it's healthy because we trust the sun's going to come back out again. It's just like kids. Kids, they get upset and they have a tantrum or something when they're young. It's only temporary. It doesn't last. And then the good comes back out. The sun shines again, if we just wait until they're feeling better again. And so, I don't know anybody that's not happy, at least sometimes. So, make yourself available to being happy through willingness, and see how that goes for you today. And That's just something that a tool, a personal growth tool that I learned a long time ago. You can also add in, if you really want to do your best and be the best you can be, a better person today than you were yesterday, and a better person tomorrow than you were today. And I don't know if this will overwhelm some of you because you might be just having the perfect amount of soul food right now, where I left off. But for those who want to go the extra mile, you can also add in, and I'm willing to be willing to love, regard, accept, forgive, appreciate, and approve of myself and complete myself anyway. Even though, this thing is happening and it's making me feel not happy. I'm still willing to be courageous and love myself anyway, unconditionally, and others too. Love and accept myself unconditionally. So when we love and accept ourselves unconditionally, then we're loving like Jesus did, or like Buddha, or any of the other ascended masters. We're loving like an ascended master would. Then we are guided by the light of the sun within us. we're being like the sun in the sky. We're shining that light out. We're shining it in first to wherever it needs to go within us, where those negative feelings are. It's going to shine on them, that light. Your sun will shine on that. So then, guess what happens when you shine light on something? Is there any what's left? What happens to the darkness when you shine a light on it? Yes, so I trust that you answered that on your own, and you know that the answer is very clear. So that's what your willingness will do. It takes the darkness and it makes it light. If you're ready to do that in any area of your life, this is something really simple that you can practice. And it's just a practice, and practice makes perfect. And everybody has different learning styles and learning speeds and what works for them. So maybe this will work for you, maybe it won't, but you have an opportunity now to at least practice and see what it's like for you. And whether it works or doesn't work for you, it's none of my business. I let go of my attachment to the outcome for you because I'm not trying to control anybody. I'm just offering something that I've learned that helped me and that worked miracles in my life. Really, really, really amazing things happened in my life because of my willingness. And when I wasn't feeling a yes to the willingness after I said I'm willing to be willing, sometimes the answer was no. My body would tell me no. Well, then, you're supposed to be feeling the way you are. It's okay to feel negative emotions too. So give yourself that, I hope that everybody understands that who's trying this. If you understand, it's okay to feel negative emotions. And it's okay to be different. It's okay to make mistakes, because we know we can learn from them and self-correct and do better next time, and we do. It's okay to want more, and it's okay to say no. If we understand these things, then we will actually have the knowing inside of us already that this is good for me to be willing to do. This is good for me to go ahead and do this, even though I don't think it is. My heart knows it is. And it's going to work out fine if I do. But if your heart knows it's not going to work for you, it's not going to let you do it. It's not going to lead you into doing something that's not good for you, or not going to work for you, not going to be healthy for you, or whatever. So the heart is healthy. So it always wants everyone to be healthy, and the healthiest ways of doing things. It can't make you be, but it wants that. Its intention is for there to be harmony, which leads to health. Okay, so what we have is like the answer is already within us, and a parent within us, a divine parent within every one of us that knows it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to be different, it's okay to say no, it's okay to want more, and it's okay to have negative emotions. So if we're in our negative emotions and we're having that feeling of, no, it's not good for me to cooperate even though I'm willing to, and I'm willing to consider doing that, then willing to consider doing that, then you know you're supposed to be feeling the negative emotion, and it's something you have to work through. Maybe there's something for you to learn in your negative emotion that you haven't learned yet about yourself. Maybe the negative emotion is there to help move you forward in that relationship or that situation, and it's supposed to be used in a healthy, productive, joyful, caring, and productive way to create harmony with the person, because there's a safe way and a healthy way of expressing our negative emotions. There's always a safe and healthy way to do that. So if you're still hanging on to the feeling that you need to feel that feeling of negative emotion, even though you're willing to not and to be happy anyway, then you can say, well, I'm willing to learn whatever it is I need to learn from this experience with this emotion. I'm willing to learn whatever it is I need to learn in order to become happy again. Or practice whatever I need to practice in order to allow my happiness to come forth again. Because maybe there's something else you need to practice that's your part of your personal growth or personal path in life that's taking you away from being happy for a reason. And, we can learn from our experiences. We can learn from others' experiences too. So maybe it's an opportunity for you to seek understanding of the other person first before trying to be understood. It could be an opportunity for you to do that, or to heal something. Sometimes women, especially, we go down into our negative emotions, and they call that the well. And our time in our well is important for us because it gives us clarity. It gives us compassionate understanding of ourselves and others. And as women, we are the nurturers, so we need that. So men do too, and they have the ability to do the same thing in their negative emotions, but they process things differently. They do things, their time and their well is for the same reason, but that's only if they're in touch with their feminine side, their feminine energy, that they'll, and then they tend to like to not talking about things too much when they're stressed out about something. Their way is different than women's to process their stress, to work through it. So in some cases, men might not want to talk about it if they're in their cave, but they might not need to. They just need to feel the feeling and then let it go, or not think about it at all, whatever the thing is that's stressing them out. But women, we need to think about it. We need to process it. We need time to do that. And men are much quicker. They can be quicker because they're not thinking about it. They're much simpler in that way, okay? So they go to just not thinking about it at all, not thinking about anything, just being and doing nothing. That works for men. For women, we need to talk about it. We need to look to others for opportunities to help them. There's a variety of ways that we can get up out of our well on our own without involving men at all who are our partners in life or whatever. Or if you have a woman as a partner, I don't know. But listen, there's a way to do everything gently, subtly, smoothly, easily, and seamlessly, and it's through willingness. So play with it, see how it works for you. Comment below and let me know, because I would love to hear your experiences with this and how it goes. And if you have questions, please feel free to leave those in the comments as well. And in addition to that, you know, remember, it's just something to practice. And the more you practice, the better you get at anything you do. So when you think of it like that, it makes it softer. It makes it easier for, hopefully, unless you have PTSD related to those words. But if you do, then you can think of it in a way that works for you. Whatever is gentle on you and easy on you. So, I love you, and I feel that there's a really big need for this right now, for people to know this and for them to start practicing it. And it's going to help a lot of people receive healing instantly, because that's also what this does for people who are willing to love and accept themselves unconditionally anyway, even though they have the negative emotion they're feeling, and then they're willing to be happy anyway. So willingness first to love and accept ourselves, and then honor ourselves, our own autonomy, our own path in life, and everyone else involved too. It's not just you that you're choosing to love and accept and adore or care for or appreciate and approve of or forgive. It's everybody involved. Okay, so then your focus is on, you're saying, well, I'm willing to shift my focus to a win-win instead of a win-lose or a lose-lose. Because anytime we're angry, we're not focusing on a win-win, usually. That is how we know. It's the first key, like sign. If you're angry or frustrated, if you're frustrated, you might still be focused on a win-win, but you're getting off track because you're judging it as being not perfect the way it is. So, anyway, I just wanted to share those key points about willingness, and same thing goes with forgiveness. If you're feeling scared to forgive somebody for something or yourself, just your willingness to that alone will help you be able to do it. If you're not ready yet, that could be another thing. I'm willing to be ready then. Or I'm willing to be able, because maybe you don't know how. Well, I'm willing to be able to learn how, so that I can be able to do this. Some people don't forgive because they don't know how. Well, you don't have to know how. You only just need to be willing to, and the rest will be automatic. It will just automatically happen for you, and it will be sometimes without you even realizing that it happened. It will be that subtle, because God is so good. He's so good. He's a very good parent. And a lot of people think of God as the Father, because that's what Jesus called him. And back in those days, God was the Father. But these days, now God is the Father and the Mother. Okay, God can be either one. So thank God for all the blessings in your life today. I love you, and thank you for being here. Please hit subscribe if you'd like to watch more of these videos, and have a great day.